I'm in London today with the dog snoring in the corner, and today we're going to look at the most embarrassing interview I ever had in 1964. And but before we do that, we'll play the smash hit of 1964, which was this one by Peter and Gordon. Please lock me away and don't allow the day here inside where I hide with my loneliness. I don't care what they say, I won't stay in a world without love. Sing out of tune, and the rain clouds hide the moon. I'm okay, here I'll stay with my loneliness. I don't care what they say, I won't stay in a world without love. A world without love. And here is the embarrassing interview. I was at by now at Wolverhampton College of Art. I was disappointed that I only get into Wolverhampton from Nottingham to do the degree course. I'd applied to lots of other colleges and they'd all turned me down, mainly because I was applying to do fine art painting and I hadn't done any painting because I'd been ill when they were doing painting classes. I only had sculptures. And then I was accepted for sculpture at Wolverhampton. Anyway, after about a month or two, I decided to go over to Leicester, which had been my first choice I'd been turned down at, and thought, well, why not? And I think it's to do, one of the reasons to do it, I wanted to do that was I felt lonely at Wolverhampton. I'll come back to that in a minute. And it was also, I think, because I thought that my aspirations had risen. You know, when I was at art college, I thought, I could do better than this, and people were taking notice of my work and what I did and said, and I thought, well, I might even go better. So, aspiration and being happy has a double edge to it. You can make you more aspirational and want more, much wants more, as they say. So here we are at Leicester College of Art in 1964 to go and see the head of sculpture. Here he comes in. I walk in. Thank you for agreeing to see my portfolio and give me advice, Mr. Carstairs. That's okay. He leads through my portfolio laid out on his desk. Say it now, while he's looking at your work. I want to leave Wolverhampton College of Art and come here. Without looking up. Really? So tell me, Vaughan, it is one, isn't it? Why exactly do you want to leave Wolverhampton? Well, I think it's a bit provincial. Provincial? Well, I suppose it's in the provinces like Leicester is. Well, no, it's more. It's because I don't honestly believe I can get into anywhere good from there. Oh, such as where? Well, the Slade, the Royal College of Art, or, Royal Academy Schools, something like that. Mr. Carstairs closes the portfolio on his desk. Without glancing at me, walks over to the window and stares out. In the background, a drill winds away in a workshop somewhere. Somebody's busy, he says. I'll have another go. The thing is, Mr. Carstairs, well, how shall I put this? Well, the fine art students on my course at Walsall they like me because they couldn't get in anywhere else. And this has been an awful shock to me because I had thought I was the only one who couldn't get in anywhere else. And, well, anyway, as I hope you can see, I managed to do some sculpture and drawing, and I've worked hard against the odds. But the other thing is, about half the students in fine art have applied to do painting, and they're only doing sculpture because the government turned down the college for teaching painting. They aren't really sculpture students. At least I applied to do sculpture. The whole thing is, well, ridiculous and and upsetting. Mr. Carstairs turns from looking out of the window, and still avoiding my gaze, returns to his desk. He sits, staring into space, before getting up and going to stare out of that window again. Then, without turning round, do you know the following road in Wolverhampton? What road? Waterloo Road. Yes, it's near the Molyneux football stadium. So it is. My mother lives there. She's getting on a bit now. She must be. I mean, he seems to be getting on a bit himself. But what has this got to do with... Oh, Christ. I think your problem, Vaughan, is you're a bit of a snob. Well, I didn't... Why are you interested, Vaughan, in how good or bad other students are? Just concentrate on your own work. You've got the makings of some quite good stuff here. If you really want to, you can transfer here, but my strong advice to you is to stay where you are, because Wolverhampton has an historic reputation for sculpture. But it's entirely up to you. He returns to his desk, ties his portfolio up, and slides it towards me. He now looks me straight in the eye. Well, what's it to be? I think I'll carry on at Wolverhampton. Good decision. I pick up my portfolio and back out of the door. He runs behind and extends his hand. It is then I say, did you like being a student at Wolverhampton College of Art? Oh yes, it did very well for this black country boy. The door closes behind me. On the outside, Head of Sculpture, Albert Carstairs, ARCA, Associate of the Royal College of Art. Thus does this silly snob wend his weary way back to the black country. Well, I said that I had more aspiration, but the other reason I didn't say was that my girlfriend at Nottingham, in the last weeks I was at Nottingham, had a girlfriend called Sarah, and she said if I went to Wolverhampton and left Nottingham, she would split up with me, and she did. She said that her dad had told her Wolverhampton was a shithole, and I remember showing her the prospectus, and she says, this opening line here, Vaughan, it says, Wolverhampton College of Art is within easy reach, Wolverhampton is within easy reach of the beautiful country of Shropshire. What does that say about Wolverhampton? So she went out of my life, and I think it was that thing, that the reason I was lonely, you know, it was as though, you know, it was like, I don't know, being there, something being there, without being there.